They have to come to the process. What the thing of it is that they end up knowing where all our suppliers are. Really, sure, can you imagine that experience?
No, I can't imagine. And that speaks to your legacy. I lived through it. So it's getting me pretty riled up to get my hands dirty, man. Okay. So let's go build something.
Okay.
All right. I know very little about guitars, but I can tell that building one is going to take much longer than a couple of days. So I'm going to ask Brian to show me some of his favorite steps. So we're going to bend up some sides.
We are. I'm going to introduce water to the wood on both sides. And then when I put it on this bender, which is about 325 degrees,
This is the bender?
This is the bender, and you can see it's hot. You take the water, you put the water on the wood. When it hits the heating element, the water that's in the wood turns the steam, explodes, and loosens the fibers. The fibers move in, and then it slowly bends the piece of wood, and you sit there and you're going to hold it until it takes a set. It'll spring back, but little by little, we're actually going to take this thing and fit it into this mold behind us so that it'll actually make a dead hit. The reason why we want a dead hit is we don't want the sides to put any stress on the top and back. So what I'm going to do, and I'll show this to you, you can give it a shot.
Yeah, I want to try this.
I'm going to put some water on the outside, water on the inside, water on the outside.
Pretty liberal with the water.
Oh yeah, yeah, we'll give it this thing steam away.
Important to keep moving it and keep it wet.
Yeah, if you stick it in one spot too long, you will scorch it. And I can feel it move. I can feel it starting to the set.
You can?
It just starts moving. And I'm going to say, hey, hold it for a second. Now I'll take it back. See, I can actually bend it a little bit. Here, give it a try. Okay. So you just want to put some water on it. Don't worry about getting wet. Throw the water on it. Both sides, right? Yeah. Get it right on it. And a little pressure on it. There you go. You got it now. So you're scooting it along. That's a great way to do it. You start the bend and you bring it around. You keep moving it like that.
Kind of a learning curve too, not only with applying the heat, but how much water to use, when to apply the water.
Absolutely. You know, you take it until you break it. You know what? That was tough.
Yeah, that was too far.
Wasn't that a good? Well, you see, it feels pretty good though. Since you put that across.
See that moving.
And right now I'm starting to get a little bold with it. You know, obviously I was worried up first. Yeah.
Everything sounds
South Coast. Look at that. That's starting to come in. Now I start working right here, and I'm going to bring that bend back a little further. More.
Some of the fixtures Brian made for himself were so good that they just now have become sort of industry standards. So the table that he uses to set the necks and to, I think, install the frets is used by a bunch of luthiers now. I mean, what more of a legacy can you ask for? I think one of the coolest parts about my job, going around and talking to different craftsmen and stuff like that, is seeing all the different fixtures and jigs that everybody makes to do their job. What does this one do?
Well, this jig is really simple. One of those things that you make like in a half hour to use the rest of your life. Of course, it has my name on it, so my guys don't have it.
Sure.
They cover this thing, But it's a jig that just has a 2x4 that I cut. When I lay the neck in it, it accepts the angle. At 15 degrees. I just slide it up until it bumps. Bring this over, lock it down. And because it's a 2x4 on the bottom, it exposes the side of the part. And now I can grab it in many different spots and spin it around.
That's smart. And now what are we going to do with this?
We're going to actually give this a card.
Show me how it's done, man. I'm going to switch spots with you.
I'm going to grab it first like this. And this is just a gun maker's device. You can use just about anything.
I was eyeing that earlier.
Yep, and this thing here will go in any direction that I want. See right about there looks good. Right now I'm going to take the mass off of this neck to establish the radius. So really what this object's going to become is a cone, not a cylinder, right?
Right.
So I want to make sure that I don't mess with
Gun maker. So you're just adjusting the depth of the cut? There you go. And you're constantly rolling over to start creating that radius. Yeah. All right. Again, you're making it look way too easy.
Oh, it is. Doing good. Now, when I get up into this area, I'm going to want to get ready to start establishing that loop. I can't do it with this, so I spin it around, like so.
So you're gonna use a chisel for that?
Yep, the chisel.
Look at that. That is a sharp chisel.
This is looking good. This moment here, I'm going to pop it out. Now the neck is starting to come in the picture here. I'm going to just use the device itself. Come in like this.
That looks a little harder because it's
So it's
a bit of an angle, you know?
It's a flexible tool, and I'm using the dish side of it, you know. This is where I can lose a big hook.
You gotta be pretty careful right there so you don't gouge it, right? Using the chisel to really take off a lot of mass and flatten it out there.
Yeah. Just,
So that's a mounting point, so you want to keep that nice and square and clean.
mm-hmm.
Like everything else you're doing, man, you're making this look really easy. How long did it take you to, sort of perfect this carving?
Well, I grew up around my father, who was a woodworker and making gun stocks or whatever he was making. So when I started to do this, I already kind of had a sense of what was going on. But carving the necks is the part that scares most people.
Yeah.
That's why so many people buy them already produced.
Yeah, it's hard keeping it symmetrical, making it look good. This is awesome. I can't believe how quickly it really comes in shape.
It's a lot of fun.
What are we going next?
Well, at this point here, I'm gonna finalize the neck. I'm gonna put it on the underlay, drill the two holes, and get it ready to go onto the body. Wait for the body to catch up to it.
So what we got here? This is a pretty cool setup. This does not look like a flat surface.
Oh, it's not. We call it a flat top guitar or a flat back guitar. It's really like an arch top guitar that had the carve,
where you can obviously see.
Yeah, like a violin. But it's not flat. If it was flat, it actually, especially on the top, because it's under so much stress, it has what's called torque in it. The strings pull on it next to mine with it. So we put a dome on it to help support that. On the back, we do the same thing. Now, I have to get braces on it, not only for support, but to be able to shape and tune it back to its final resonance.
So the placement of them is critical.
Yeah, it is. You have to have two here to be able to do these regions. I could do it in an X bracing pattern, and on the top, there's I know at least a half a dozen popular patterns that give us different types of tones and control. So it's really super simple. I'm going to have you do it, but I took the braces and numbered them.
That makes a lot of sense.
1, 2, 3, and this one actually is numbered upside down.
Own bars.
Show me how it's done.
This is it. Take the glue again. Just check it to make sure you have the radius of the speed goes. Just about like that.
Excellent.
Just kind of look where it's going to go.
What is that called? Spinach tortellini?
This.
Spinach tort?
Spanish.
Skin, spinach tortellini? That's the shit, man. I'll tell you. That's the best shit I've ever had.
And it's so cool looking.
Yeah. Now on the X bracing pattern, what we do is we come in and we hit the X bracing pattern first in the top. We come back and catch all the braces around to line it with it. And the braces on here, people will say, well, they have to be crucial with where they're placed as far as lining up or being square or something. But it's really not true. The braces are there, of course, for structure. I mean, that's like a big deal. We want to make sure that it's going to hold up, especially on the top. But once they're on there, we can tune anything. So you can tune the top of really any bracing. This is called ladder bracing, and it's lined up like a ladder, very typical for a back. But on the top, you have X bracing, popularized by the Martin guitars in the 1930s. Great company. Classicals would have fan bracing. So in other words, it would have a couple ladders, and then it would have a fan bracing off the back. And other ones have gridded patterns that are actually latticed together. All of those still can be tuned to the final note, but they just give you some different control over how the top might flex and feel to the player's finger.
I really enjoyed my time with Brian. Seeing how the sides are formed and the neck is carved was a thing of beauty. Although we weren't able to complete a full build, I did get my hands dirty and discover a small understanding of what goes into guitar making. So do you look at yourself or refer to yourself more as a craftsman or as an artist?
Craftsman.
Yeah.
How come? Well, the art of Lutheran was tossed around a foot. And believe me, there are some amazing artists out there. Pearl inlay, carving, marquetry that is through the roof. But with me, it's pretty much down to making a really great concert level guitar with decent, respectable things. So I would view what I do as more of a craft.
This is beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. I see you got it signed inside here, handcrafted. Amazing. How much time does it normally take you to get to this point?
Well, that's the question that's always asked. And sometimes I say 40 hours or 50 hours, and people say, that doesn't seem like a long time. Well, it is, and that's probably a huge, usually underestimated. But I don't look at it like that. When you or somebody who's an order of an instrument, if I have issues or if the wood's giving me a problem, I'm going to slow down. But the actual touch time, that's what I mean by 40 or 60 hours. It also depends on how many different personal touches the customer needs. Whether the inlay or whatever it may be.
Sure. And you know what? That doesn't sound like a lot of time. Something that's handcrafted to near perfection. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Stop, man.
So now you have to show me.
Eating dinner, what are you doing?
Record, just really good. Let's do it.
All right, so let me see here. I'm going to put a thing here and here.
Drop it back.
A little farther back.
Perfect.
I'm here.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, see you when you get here.
I really appreciate it. I truly enjoyed this. It's cool.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
A lot of people really don't get to see what impact their legacy makes on the world. Brian has an advantage because he gets to see what his legacy does to others every day. And his legacy has long arms. Not only is he impacting the musicians who he makes guitars for, but he's also providing the world with awesome luthiers. And his advancements in technology to help find tonal properties in wood and different fixtures that luthiers are using. I mean, this speaks to him every single day. Very few people can say that they get to witness that. And that's Brian Gallup's legacy.